Now, what I didn't tell you about the battle between the Cataclysm and the Gimle Mark III is the fantastic opportunity to meet 1 Kilometer Wonder. So, since Cataclysm defeated Gimle Mark III in the previous battle, the Cataclysm, she has the great honor of meeting the, in quotation marks, ship 1 Kilometer Wonder by real actual human, not a crowd. And I'm not going to spawn this in designer mode. It already takes like 10 minutes to load in. It has a firepower of 2,500 units of missiles. Yeah, it spams missiles from very different locations. And it's just a general it's a general scaffolding of missiles. That's all it does. The Cataclysm we took a look at in the previous video, so I will leave it at that. If you haven't watched the Cataclysm versus Gimle Mark III, that was a really epic battle, so pause this video and go watch that now. Okay? You have done? Okay, you can go back to this video now. Okay, if you watch that now, let's continue. So, Cataclysm, with its heat hash setup, gonna face the 1 Kilometer Wonder. I'm very curious how these hash spam is going to unmount. Oh my. And each of those blasts are dealing quite some damage, but it's really hard to pick down too much health at a blast. Now, we really need to pay attention because the missile swarm is incoming. And the really funny thing with the 1 Kilometer Wonder is that it's a really good battleship concept. The missiles aren't even particularly well set up. If I'm gonna be honest, the missiles are semi-sloppy set up, but it doesn't matter. The concept is so darn good that the 1 Kilometer Wonder just managed to deal a lot of damage. Oh my, oh my. The Cataclysm is not equipped to counter this type of damage. It's just too much. It doesn't have enough defenses. Already down to 89%. Just look at that exterior armor. One Kilometer Wonder is down to 69%. But the thing is, the damage has to be so darn spread out for it to deal considerable amounts of damage. I mean, the 1 Kilometer Wonder, what are you gonna use against it? I don't know. Maybe that's like the only ship that Hitman's the Honored Baguette would be well equipped to deal against. Tiny hollow point shells. I don't know. Maybe they would be able to dismount it, and having a lot of different targeting computers. Maybe so. I think the best thing against the 1 Kilometer Wonder would probably be Incendiary with lots of scary. Oh my. Oxidizer I was about to say, but anyways, look at the Cataclysm down to 80%. This was a really fast battle. The Cataclysm is just not equipped to shoot down medium missiles. These are medium missiles, right? Yeah, they're medium missiles. Oh my. 74%. Poor thing. And focusing your fire to one point is usually very good for most ships, but at this particular thing, it's just really hard to bisect this thing. You have to shoot at so many different spots. Ah. What a thing. The 1 kilometer wonder is it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing to load in, I'll tell you. 90%. I say the Cataclysm is surviving pretty well. But this hollow type of design, this is really thinking outside the box. We have to give the real actual humans some applause on that. And the underwater support structure, wow, look at this thing really holding things together. So weak connection, but they form a safety net, keeping things connected. Like, what are you gonna take against these? You really need to have incendiary with a lot of oxidizer, I think. Maybe a proper sandblaster. An evasive ship with a sandblaster is probably have a good chance against this as well, but well, we are going to see in future battles. This is a best of 3 though, so maybe the Cataclysm just has some issues sometimes with its flags. Maybe it doesn't really work properly from one side or something like that. I don't really think that is the case, but we are going to see 68% versus 88. Oh, and here they come. Oh, poor Cataclysm. All these radar-guided missiles. Well, we can see that 1 kilometer wonder is going to win this first little battle. I really wonder if the Gimle would have a chance of dealing with a 1 kilometer wonder. I like to think it would have a better chance, but maybe actually the Gimle's anti-missile or anti-cram guns are just not, or perhaps they're set up to ignore medium missiles. Because if they are, oh my. 57% versus 87, yeah. This first battle is yeah. The 1 kilometer wonder in quotation marks ship is winning this in 3, 2, and 1. There we go. GG. But that was only the first battle. Let's hope for less one-sided combat the following 2 battles. So let's spawn them in again. I think I just got an idea what you could counter the 1 kilometer wonder with. I'm thinking with its own medicine. Medium missiles, radar guided, that just spreads out with a lot of oxidizer, burning the thing down. I think that would do it. Or possibly even small missiles. The second round, here we are. That took a long time. Anyways, let us check the scary reverse launch. Ah, complete miss. Wow. And that epic approaching swarm of medium missiles is very menacing. They are spread out in a very scary way. And none of them are being intercepted. Look at that. Just fragment off the guns like that. A lot of explosive damage. 96%, yes. 94, 93, 92, 90, 88, 7, 87%, and the 1 kilometer wonder is at 98. Oh my. Well, it's a meme build, but it's technically not illegal. Wow. I really, like, this is surprising, but I really don't think the 1 kilometer wonder will win the tournament, however. You may think so, but I think it's going to be really weak against ships with either very strong defenses or ships that are pretty evasive, or ships that are basically hit scan damage, or like laser based or sandblaster based. Sandblasters are not hit scan, but you get my drift. And a lot of those ships, those qualities I mentioned, are existing. Several of them are existing in like one ship, so I could definitely see that happening. Look at that. 85 versus 93. Oh, buddy. Pizza Summoner, I'm gonna see you with a Gimle Mark III in the loser's bracket. That is most unfortunate. I hope, like, they're not gonna meet, right? In the loser's bracket. That would be very boring. If the Gimle class... I don't think it's set up that way. But if it is... No, the Gimle is gonna meet... The Gimle Mark III is gonna meet Jormungandr class. I just checked the brackets. 72 versus 92 percentages. Well, I guess... Look at that, it's just... There's nothing to shoot at. It's just hollow blocks. I guess the Hesh shells at least do some thump damage, so they will do proper damage. But yeah, it's really a different strategy Real Actual Human has employed here. Yes. Next swarm of missiles. I'm just gonna assume that the Pizza Summoner's Cataclysm is gonna lose this best of 3. We'll see though, there is some time left. I suppose that 1 Kilometer Wonder could get an unlucky strike being hit in its AI or stuff like that. That could of course happen. But 67%, yeah. The third battle we're gonna see if 2 Cataclysms will be able to take on the 1 Kilometer Wonder. 2 Cataclysms. They should be able to do it, right? Well, we'll see. We'll see. See if my frame rate can tolerate that kind of battle. It takes so long for the different swarms to come in. But now they do. Now we have a swarm incoming. We are cinematically ready. Look at those missiles coming in, my ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely 70s. 56, I mean. Oh, 9. Oh, no, oh, what? What? Do we have flak cannons on one side or what? What is this? Is that a thing? Does the Cataclysm has diff flags on one side but not the other? Oh no. I don't think it has it on both, right? They just hadn't dyed it yet. I'm being unsure. Doesn't matter though, results are results, and 55.7% is gonna be counted down pretty quickly. Look at this poor thing. I feel with Pizza Summoner here. There we go, we are despawning. It's already dead, as they say. Well, let me sit here and wait for 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna load in 2 Cataclysms versus the 1 Kilometer Wonder, and we're gonna see if the results change. And this is the damage we were able to inflict this time. Alright, that took ages. let's get the battle rolling. 2 Cataclysms by Pizza Summoner are facing the 1 kilometer Wanderer in quotation marks ship. Oh my. I think we may have entered degraded mode. Right. To battle this thing, you really need to have like a lot of computers. I'm just curious to see here. They are incoming some stuff here. And I saw some flak got shot, right? Right, so from this we can conclude that the Cataclysm has flak diffs on both sides of her. Well, isn't that nice? I wonder what happened. Maybe just the lag. Maybe just the amount of radar-guided missile kind of confused the computer. Maybe that's a strategy. Overwhelm the defenses. There are so many things to target that they can't prioritize. I don't know if that works. Surprisingly, the 1 kilometer Wanderer is, or maybe unsurprisingly, is in the lead. I think the 1 kilometer Wanderer really relies on the Alpha Strike damage. The first couple of shells, I mean missiles deal. So that big scary barrage of missile basically gimps the enemy's firepower enough so that it will survive the rest of the battle. I don't know though. So much. Look at that. %. I wonder if like a large section of the 1 kilometer Wanderer will like fall off. Seems they have decided to target this particular Cataclysm. Well, we'll see. We will see indeed. Why are we targeting the front? Oh, and here we go. That's so much lag. The flaks are desperately trying to shoot at things. I feel we need to pause the game. Something is happening. 79%. I wonder if a section... Oh! A section was deleted. Well... what can we say? So the Cataclysms... Now this is the scary thing with doing these types of battles. Like pitching 2 of the losing part against 1 of the winning part. Is that if one managed to lose there, it's a scary attack on the ship's honor. Like 2 of your ship can't even beat the opponent. But that's stuff you have to take in a challenge, you know. We are going to say big thanks to all of those who are supporting this channel. And as of recording this video, we have our Chancellor Super Dave at the Imperial Government, and we have the commissioned officers at the Patreon. Admiral Dragon X62, the Commodore, the all-round gamer. Commander Ali, Ben Wilkie, Cameron Dixon, Sven van der Velde. We have Lieutenants Ali, Anto. No, we don't have... Commander Ali is a commander now. Promotion. Lieutenant Anto, Lieutenant Cravey, Daniel Saikin, Owen, Arbag Reed, Vincent Veritas, Volkite, Rick Perel, and Scoob. Big thanks for your monthly support. And of course, big thanks to all of those in the ecclesiarchy of GMODISM. You could probably see this video in early access, as well as big thanks to the cadets as well. I don't mention the cadets, but we have members of the cadet tier 2 in the Patreon. And as a cadet, you get most of the benefits, but for like, I think it's $1 a month, the lowest sum they would accept as support, I chose. I did the same for YouTube, so if you want to support the channel, but you know, basically $1 a month, you know, maybe you want to save those monies for important things like, I don't know, living cost, but you still feel like you want to support the channel a tiny bit, well, then the options are available at YouTube membership and Patreon membership, so that I don't want to, you know, like, it's a weird balance between putting things behind a paywall and like removing any incentive to even support the channel. Yeah. So that's my like, I don't know, balance of some kind, thinking that most of the rewards are unlocked for a very small fee a month. So most people that would like to support the channel would be able to do so. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad idea. Tell me in the comments what you think. Oh, the 1 kilometer wonder dropped below 47%. It's hard to see when it's damaged basically, but look at that. The Cataclysms has defended the honor of the name, Pizza Summoner's name. Or something like that. Very nice. So 2 Cataclysms will not fall victims to the 1 kilometer wonder, quote unquote, ship. Well, with that said, I guess we'll just want to say big thanks for watching. Huge thanks to Pizza Summoner as well for supporting the beautiful ship, and big thanks to the Real Actual Human for submitting this really outside of the box ship. Scaffolding, really cool idea. I'm gonna mark down the results in the scoreboard, and as you probably already know, big congratulations to the Real Actual Human. 1 kilometer wonder is the winner. And Pizza Summoner, your Cataclysm will be in the loser's bracket. Well, this is your host Eric of GMODISM, and we are signing out. See you next time.